another race from outer space. It's another race away. It's another.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Eternal Midnight. I'm Chad Santino. What's up?
Hey dude, what's going on, man?
Not much. So last time we talked a couple of alien movies. Let's flip back to Predator. So we've got this time we're talking an underrated one and a piece of shit. So let's start with the underrated one. Predators.
I
Thoughts?
love the Predators. I love the concept. I love the way the levels of Predators. I love everything about this movie. It is amazing. It is probably one of my favorite.
This
Like, it's not as good as the first one, but it's probably one of my favorite underrated movies I've ever seen in a while. It is underrated. I don't know why people talk. I don't know why people don't talk about this more because it's really good.
this was the first time I'd watched this one in a long time. And I either wasn't paying attention the first time I watched it or I don't know what, but I loved it on rewatch. I was like, this is so damn good and underrated.
Right.
And what
Right.
I thought was really interesting was this was kind of how you change things up for a franchise with kind of like the two, we'll call it, uh, I'm going to say races of Predator because their mandibles were completely different. So maybe on for the Predator species, that's different ways of differentiating between different tribes or something. I thought that was a way more interesting way to do it than they tried to reinvent in the next one we'll talk about.
Right.
But I thought it was interesting. And I also really, I liked the team that we were following around. I mean, who the hell ever thought Adrian Brody would have actually made a pretty damn good, like, badass soldier?
I've only seen Adrian Brody and Wes Anderson
King Kong.
and King Kong. So this was a surprise. It really was.
Yeah, because it's like, I didn't think he would. I remember hearing about it. I'm like, that King Kong guy? I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I watched it. I'm like, this guy's actually pretty savage. I'm like, he did a pretty damn good job.
Like, I honestly, the first time I watched, it's like I don't think Adrian Brody can pull off a badass. Because I always look Adrian Brody as more of like a quirky guy. Oh, I'm quirky. I'm weird. I have something wrong with my body. You know, like I'm eccentric. I never thought it was like, you know, a guy will take on fucking predators, but yet here we are. It almost is, this movie treats it like, you know, it reminds me of. It reminds me of like Alien Hunger Games. That's the best way I can describe this. It's Alien Hunger Games. It's people being dropped onto like a specific planet to be hunted or win against the predators. And I'm so mad that this never got a sequel.
It should have.
It should have.
I mean, I don't know what they would have done for a sequel, but, you know, hey, that's Hollywood's job to figure that out. Because it's almost like, all right, what now? Because the three antagonist predators, we'll call them, they're all dead.
Right.
So it's like, what? So just what? We'll just do it all again, kind of? I don't know. Maybe that's why they didn't
I don't know,
because they were just like...
I want to see them. I want to honestly see like a great concept, in my opinion. I want to see like, okay, they find the new people, they get off the planet, they find a ship, and then the predators hunting them in space. You know, because like, remember, they need to go home because they're not on Earth. So I assume like they need to go back to Earth, so they pick up the people who just got dropped off and they go back. I think
there were so many people dropping out of the sky in that last shot too. There was 15 people.
Yes, more so. I think 20. I saw.
Yeah, it was like 15, 20 people parachuting out of the sky, and it's like, damn. Okay, so probably my favorite like fight scene of the movie had to be the Yakuza guy fighting the predator
that was so cool.
with his sword.
So cool. That was so cool. Like, he finds the katana. Like, I was surprised. Okay, honestly, I was surprised Lawrence Fishburne was in this movie. I was like, I had no idea he was in it. It's like when Adrian Brody was caught, I was like, holy shit, he's fucking dead. He's screwed. And he removes the mask. He's like, I'm alive. Like, oh my god, Lawrence Fishburne. Like, what the hell? Why is he in this movie?
I mean, and the funny thing is with his character, he got himself killed.
Yeah.
If he hadn't tried to screw those guys over, they probably could have all lived. But nope, he did something stupid because I mean, he lost his mind. It was obvious. I mean, he was talking to himself. He didn't know what was going on. But they made a point. They were like, hey, we should have realized this guy. Like when they smelled smoke. I don't remember who it was who shot it, but they were like, this guy's a fucking scavenger or something. And it's like, yeah, these idiots should have realized they saw all the crap he had collected in there. And it's like, he looked at them and he's like, free weapons. All I got to do is kill them somehow.
I know, right? Crazy.
And let's see. So this movie came out back before the stupid woke era began because Adrian Brody was a good male lead and the chick we had, hey, the male and the female both survived by being badasses.
The chick
and she was a badass with her fucking sniper too. She was a good shot.
The chick was awesome. What are you talking about? She was really good, and I like the fact that he put like poor Danny Trejo, put him out of his misery like that.
I thought he was dead before she shot him.
No, he was
because they were like
he was.
Yeah, because they're like they're using him as a decoy. Because it's like, why didn't he turn around then? Like that. Like I don't remember who it was. Was it Mahershala Ali's character who was like walking forward and they're like, no, it's a trap. It's like if he's just sitting there going, help. Yeah, it's like if he's not dead, why isn't he turning around? It's like, guys, he's dead. Come on.
Man, what a way to go though. Like poor Danny Trejo. Like I know, like honestly, like great expectation subversion there. Because you have Danny Trejo is like you have Danny Trejo at this point in time. Like none of these guys are like known. I mean, like okay, we have two known people, Danny Trejo and Adrian Brody, and you'd think they'd be the main guys to survive, and the rest is just like cannon fodder. But no. But no.
I actually felt bad when Mahershala Ali's character got killed because he actually seemed pretty cool. And then bam, impaled.
There too. It's like, oh my god, it's a young Mahershala Ali before he got famous. It's like right now, like Mahershala Ali's a household name, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, there were some. I'm not gonna lie, there were some pretty good deaths in this film. I thought almost every death was pretty good.
My favorite was Topher Grace, slimy little bastard.
Hey, he got what he deserved. He got paralyzed. Paralyzed and dragged off and blown up.
Yeah, I really like that. I like how he died. It was so fun to watch. It was so fun.
He got what he did. I just love that when he was about to like stab Adrian Brody and he's like, I'm too quick. And he's just like got the knife up in his throat. I'm like, oh, what a way to go.
And I knew Topher Grace was slimy. Like the minute I saw him, like, oh, you're not just some doctor. You're some asshole like everyone else. Which, like,
did you like seeing the warden from G.I. Joe Retaliation in the movie?
Yeah, exactly. It's like no, Walton Goggins is also from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yup. Dude, I'm not gonna. That's another thing I noticed when I was watching this. There was some stuff in this movie that they like talked about that I'm like, they would not put that in a movie nowadays. Like his character, like straight up, I'm a murderer and a rapist. And there's one point in the movie where he's openly admitting he wants to go rape someone. I'm like, damn. I'm like, you don't put stuff like that in movies these days, do you?
This movie had balls. That's what it had.
It did. I enjoyed this. I actually really enjoyed. Like before we recorded Predator 1 and 2, I hadn't watched this one. This one like actually went up. It's not better than the first, but really as much as I love the second, I think I like this better than the second one now.
It's really not, but like I agree there though. It's not better than the first, but it because like okay, the thing with the first is like the thing with this one is the flaw it has is the fact that the flaw it has is definitely the fact that it tries to capture the original a bit more. Like it tries so hard to be like the original that at some point, at some areas, it loses its own way a bit. Like okay, that whole final fight of Adrian Brody covered in mud and doing the come on, I'm right here, come on, do it, shoot, come on, kill me, come on, kill me right now. It's like, yeah, I've seen it before, and it was more badass
Mhm.
when Arnold did it. So it's like that's a blemish. That's a knock against the movie because like you're not trying something different. You're just trying to at this point like recapture the spirit of the original. But it doesn't mean it's all shit like that. I mean, like there are great concepts in this movie that is that are new, that are specific to the Predators movie. Like the whole fact that all these humans are being dropped off on an alien planet for basically alien Hunger Games is amazing, and I like that.
Yeah, and I think a friend of mine told me that there's like a comic that kind of explains the different predators, races. I'll go with tribes. The different tribes of the predators, why they're against each other. I haven't read it. I don't really know what it's called. If anyone does, let me know. But he said that you kind of had to read the comic to understand why these different races, these different tribes of predators are against each other, which I kind of want to know because it was like as soon as we'll call him the regular looking predator that we know and recognize, got cut down, they started a fight. I mean, he didn't even last very long at all. But and I've seen actually online some people be like, "Oh, look, they made the original Predator design. They made him look like a pussy." It's like, who the hell? How do you know how long he was strapped up to that rock he was on? He probably barely had any energy. Who even knows when like the
Yeah,
last time he ate
who even
was?
knows like what happened to that guy, dude? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, it's like I'm not even gonna look at this in comparison to the next movie we'll talk about because they're not this. It's not the same thing. This truly handled different types of predators much better
Yeah,
than the next one.
it's like the different like it was very specific. Like you had the one with the gold jaws, which was basically like, oh, it's the leader. Then you had the one with the tusks and the dogs, the hunter, and the one with the robotic bird, the scout. It's like you had
Mm-hmm.
all these predators, and you can clearly like the designs of the guys are like we can clearly see that they look different. They have distinguishing facial designs, so it's easy for enough to understand. And you shouldn't make a predator. A predator movie shouldn't be complicated, which is why the next one sucks balls. Because it
Oh,
has to be way
you're
more complicated than it should be. Because a predator should be okay. Okay, a predator is simple: alien versus man in the jungle or in a city. That's it. Nothing. There's nothing deep about that. Just
there
go.
shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be. Just go there for the blood and the guts and the destruction and the death, and that's good. That's it.
Yeah, the one-liners, the action, just the badassery of humans trying to survive against this clearly physically superior, technologically superior creature and finding a way to beat it. That's all you need in a Predator movie. And
Yeah,
that's
that's what
literally
you need.
all this was. And that's why this movie succeeded. Or at least succeeded to me. I don't think it succeeded financially.
I really hope that I really hope that they
I
make
don't know.
this.
I'm
This came out,
I'm terrified for.
maybe this came out in a time where Predator wasn't exactly any more popular because if I understand it came out 2010 and a lot more people were focused on superheroes and wizards.
Not yet. No, not yet. 2010 was the year of Iron Man 2.
Okay, so
So don't forget, the MCU was still very young.
right, okay,
It
so
was, and this
maybe
was two, and this was 2 years after Dark Knight.
right, okay, so maybe not.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know what the world was interested in back in 2010. I don't really remember. I don't really remember much of the movie platform, but yeah. So, anything else to say about Predators?
Nah, let's move on to the bad one, and let's get out of the way
Okay.
because I want to finish it. I
Yeah,
hate
I hate this film.
I hate
I don't understand. Who the hell thought that this piece of shit was a good idea?
I genuinely don't want to talk about it anymore. So let's just wrap it up. I really don't want to.
I mean, okay, so like
It's stupid.
for anyone, so I'll just say it. I'll just say why I hate this film. The fact that this fucking idiot Shane Black, who he destroyed Iron Man 3 and then he destroyed this film. I don't know who the hell he thinks he is. Just because you were in the first Predator does not mean you're like an expert on this fucking franchise. Who the hell is he to think I'm gonna change the entire lore of everything to do with predators? Oh, they're not actually coming to Earth to hunt people. They're coming here to collect their DNA, and so they can inject it in themselves and better themselves. Fuck off. They're trophy hunters. That's all they've ever been. And I'm sorry, this movie just absolutely sickened me with what the whole premise is. A predator is there to kill the autistic kid. Fuck off.
Why? Why is this a plot? No.
It's like they made the original. First off, okay. I hated the comedy in this film. It wasn't funny. It was just straight up annoying garbage humor that I can't stand. And then it's like I don't remember really any of these characters. I couldn't give you a single name. Let's see. The human bad guy was just fucking pathetic. I mean,
there's a human bad guy.
He killed himself.
There's a human bad guy.
Yeah, it was the African American guy. The guy who killed himself.
Right.
He was gonna blast the predator, and he wound up shooting his own head off.
That was so stupid. It was also so stupid. Like they're obviously trying to set up a sequel with like the Predator suit coming out, and it's like, oh yeah, it's my.
That was.
Like,
what the hell is? Okay, and if you're up against a predator, we've already seen predators can do like amazing acrobatics, like jump through the air like ninjas and like.
Yeah, what's
throw
that do, dude?
Weapons. What the hell is that thing gonna do if a predator like takes those badass spears that they have and like throws it at you and impales you with it? Oh look, super predator armor. Defunct, doesn't matter anymore because the guy inside is dead. And the armor didn't even look that cool. It looked way too overly complicated.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I genuinely don't. I thought the whole story of this entire movie was it was pointless. It wasn't funny. It wasn't action. I did not like much of the action. That new Super Predator was horrible. Absolutely horrible looking. Why am I okay? The Predator in the original movie, like it was badass. The camouflage. That first shot we saw of it wearing its armor, taking its mask off, that was like, damn. And then that thing barely stood a chance, that thing fought off Arnold. Now we get to this, and it's like that original Predator, like an original species of the Predator is just killed like nothing by the Super Predator. And that Super Predator design is just, why? It's tall and lanky and gangly and all CGI. It's just an ugly ass design. That's what we were just saying about predators. That's how you do a design to update a new type of looking predator. Those were much, much better.
Right.
I mean, let's see. I guess let's kind of.
We really cannot defend this movie at all.
Let's Transformers The Last Night this. Can you think of anything good?
There's one thing. There's one. Olivia Munn was hot in it. That's it. That's all I can say.
She wasn't even smart though. Because it's like, and the sad thing is, it's like if you want to see Olivia Munn be hot, I guess just watch Apocalypse instead.
Yeah, or like, I mean,
she looked better in that outfit. She looked better in her Psylocke outfit. I don't know how.
I like Boyd Hall, bro. I like the actor. He's cool.
How do people defend this? I mean, can you think of?
I can't.
You and I know people who've said that this movie is good. They've never given us reasons, but they say it's good. I mean, can you think of why they would say this is good? Do you think they like the humor or something?
The main flaw in this Predator fucking movie is they overcomplicate the lore. There's nothing to overcomplicate. Holy shit, I can't believe Hollywood has to do this. They're overcomplicating a simple thing. It's Predator. It is alien versus man in a specific area, and you just have to survive. That's it. Why do they make this so fucking complicated? I really don't understand. I really, really don't.
I don't either. I this is one of those movies I look at and I'm like, what?
It's the same thing like with it's the same thing like with fucking you know a franchise that doesn't overcomplicate itself? Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible knows what the fuck it is. Have Tom Cruise do death-defying stunts and have a simple plot about a bomb or a virus or a technical hostage or something like that, and have Tom Cruise fight and have Simon Pegg crack a few jokes. And nothing to overcomplicate. Nothing to overcomplicate.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. And people will still watch. Obviously, people will watch because Fallout fucking broke like records.
You want to know the perfect example of stuff that didn't overcomplicate anything and still did a damn good job?
What?
The first 8 Friday the 13th. Jason shows up to kill you. 1 or 2 people survive. There, bam. And this is just, none of it makes any sense. And the fact that they just, we're going to change what everything meant in every movie before this. Why?
Why?
Why? That's not what was happening in those movies. The Predators were there to hunt and kill and claim their trophies. They were not there to collect DNA to upgrade themselves. Why would you want to upgrade yourself with something that's you so easily killed?
Yeah.
And if you and like that, let's just say that's what it was. And let's just say that first Predator beat Arnold in, one-on-one Mortal Kombat. What? Why would it want his DNA? It beat him. What would he have that's superior over it?
Beats me.
And then they flip. And then they flip it around, and it's the super predator is here to hunt the autistic child. Why?
If we look at past Predators alone, past Predator movies alone, that's not what they were for. In Predator,
not what they ever were.
In Predator 2, they established what exactly the fuck they were. When Danny Glover sees all the skulls of the aliens that the Predators killed, it shows they were there to hunt trophies. And when Danny Glover beat the Predator, the head Predator gave him a trophy of an old pistol. That shows that they were there before. They've been hunting since the beginning. They weren't there to collect special DNA. What's a DNA from a man from 1775 gonna do to your body, Predator? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Well, and think about it. Like, even flipping it again on its side, remember when the Predator killed King Willie? And that was like, he took that skull and that's the one he cleaned off in Predator 2. That's the one he mounted on the wall. What? Okay, that was his great prize. What DNA did King Willie have that he wanted? The man was not a physical threat in the slightest. From the way the movie portrayed it, he died pretty quickly and pretty easily because he was an old man basically. He was a gang leader, but he was an old man. So it's like, okay, let's go with this stupid premise they came up with to retroactively go back and change all the movies. What DNA did King Willie have that a Predator would have wanted?
I have no idea, Chad.
Nothing. It's just this movie right here is a prime fucking example, just like Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom, of pure Hollywood garbage. That's what this movie is. It's just Hollywood trash by someone who is untalented, by people who don't know what they're doing, and come up with these who cannot even come up with an original idea.
Yeah.
Oh, let's take what is set in stone and completely change it. All those old movies, they don't mean what you think they do. Oh, but I'll point out a million plot holes about why your new idea doesn't make sense. No, this is what we're doing. And then the movie bombed as it deserved to. And I'm glad it did, because this is terrible. This is just a terrible, terrible film all around.
I hate this. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Me neither. So I think you know what? That wraps up the solo Predator films. So I mean, I guess before we close this episode out, just we'll get to the AVP films in the end. We'll cover those as their own. But what did you think overall of the Predator franchise? Since this was your first time watching most of them.
I mean, like, okay, 3-to-1 ratio, 3 good movies, 1 bad one. It's good.
Yeah, that's like. I mean, hey, 3-to-1 is a damn good ratio.
No franchise is perfect. No franchise is perfect. None. Every franchise has its good and bad. Everyone. DC, Marvel, Harry Potter.
No, not Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, yeah.
Because even Mission Impossible 2 is not a bad movie.
Even Mission Impossible 2 is like an enjoyable movie, but it's not like it's bad.
Exactly. Same with the Rocky franchise. 5 is the worst, but I still wouldn't call 5 a bad. So there's 2 franchises that I would say don't have a bad movie.
Mission Impossible and Rocky.
and we'll throw John Wick in there because the first 3 are good so far.
First very good, yeah. Well, the thing with Mission Impossible, Rocky, John Wick, all of that, it's simple. They know what the audience wants. They know. They don't try to overcomplicate it. Why do Hollywood execs think in certain franchises they need to complicate it? No. Like if Tom Cruise wants to fucking jump off of Burj Khalifa and have like Ghost Protocol. Ghost Protocol was basically one giant movie to just set up Tom Cruise jumping off of Burj Khalifa. And it's still raked in like so many dollars, right?
And it was awesome.
Did
you see that thing that I sent you, by the way, about that? What he did? That he climbed to the top of it?
Yeah. The guy's a legend, dude.
It's incredible.
I respect the shit out of him. Tom Cruise is amazing. You
know what? I can't wait. I can't wait until Top Gun Maverick comes out this summer.
Oh, thank God. It's going to be awesome.
It is. So, yeah, Tom Cruise is a badass. Stick Tom Cruise in a Predator movie, please.
Mm-hmm.
How awesome would that be?
Dude, Tom Cruise is amazing.
He is. He's like both of our man crush. Right. So okay, that wraps up the Predator, the solo Predator films. Next week we'll be coming back with I think we got a couple more alien movies.
Prometheus, I think we're done. Prometheus and Covenant.
That's right, Prometheus and Covenant next week, and then or in a couple days, and then following that the AVP films, and then bam, that's a wrap.
Nice. All right.
So all right, guys, I'm Chad.
Santino.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. All right, bye.